thing that's important to know, especially about divorce, is that it's always the inclination that the people that are getting divorced they'll either hire the real estate agent that helped them buy the house before, which is a terrible idea, and I'll tell you why, or one of the people that's party to the divorce is going to have a friend who's a real estate agent, which is also a terrible idea. And the reason why those two things are terrible ideas is that the agent that sold you the house, whether they want to admit it or not, had a favorite. So even though Jim and Judy, married couple, buy a house, that real estate agent will have chosen a favorite. It's just a thing that happens in the industry. It's not right, it's not wrong, but they'll have chosen a favorite. What happens in those particular cases is that, say that the real estate agent, will just name her Shirley. So Shirley, the agent, likes Judy better than she likes Jim. And Jim will instinctively, intuitively, and automatically pick up on the fact that she is spending more time and giving more information to Judy than to Jim. What that causes is a feeling of unfairness. And so a feeling of unfairness, typically, even though it's just involving the real estate asset, is going to continue to drag out the divorce proceedings. And, the attorneys are there from the beginning to the end. So however long it takes is however long it takes. Most divorce attorneys, if they're good ones, are going to try to get done as quickly as possible. They want the divorce proceedings to be done as quickly as possible. But if people are arguing as far as the real estate asset's concerned, that can significantly drag the process out. Then what will wind up happening is that if it gets dragged out long enough, there will be a court order. And that court order will actually say to the parties of the divorce that this house will be liquidated by this date. And what's interesting about that is that, say if the property is slightly overpriced and it's sat on the market longer than it probably should have already because the parties are fighting, now you're actually looking at taking significantly less money for the real estate than you were if you would have just put it on the market and you would have had somebody that was basically a neutral party in the real estate transaction. And that's the thing that I learned early on in divorce transactions, is that never pick a favorite. You cannot pick a favorite. And an untrained real estate agent, or an air quotes normal or average real estate agent, can't even help themselves. They'll always pick a side. And that's the reason that I say, don't hire your friend who's a real estate agent. It'll significantly protract the divorce proceedings, which just in and of itself will cost you more money in court costs and attorney's fees. But if there is a court order that's passed down from the judge that says that you have to liquidate the property by a particular time, usually that means that you're taking less money than you normally would for the property, because now you've got a deadline. And you don't want to mess around with court orders. You just don't. You can just even say the words violating a court order, and you can understand the severity of that, violating a court order. So that's the reason why, if you are in a divorce, which sucks, it's terrible. It really is. It's sad that it came to that, but that's the situation that a person can find themselves in. All of my contact information is just right down below. Give me a call. There isn't any charge for it. We'll see if we're a good fit. If I'm not, I can refer you off to another real estate agent that is a good fit for you.